nature of Grace's path. Section 1. What now? Writing up these training notes reminded me of how often I miss the obvious. Section 1's original title was, What Next? That was the question I faced upon realizing I no longer believed in God. I'd abandoned one spiritual direction. What course would I choose next? Asking that was entirely appropriate, given I stood at a crossroads. I refused to continue down the same path I'd been traveling. But asking what's next is not the right question for a broader audience. Just because Grace's entry began as a turning point for me doesn't mean the same applies to others. Reframing the query as what now makes an important distinction. Only some of us arrive on Grace's path due to the loss of faith in God. There are others, perhaps in the majority, who have found their way to Grace's qualities organically. They inherently knew this spiritual search did not require God's involvement. The goal was instead to establish conscious contact with one's internal spirit. Such seekers are aware of what I only discovered late in life. Man's capacity to express grace comes as standard equipment at birth. Relearning its use is the goal. Asking what now is the way I begin each day. I'm still a creature who is forced to exist within this human realm. I therefore need to start with this daily query. Am I willing to take Grace's steps as required? The answer is then based on the actions I take. What I do with each encounter will be a direct reflection of my state of grace. The words I have shared here are non-determinative. They merely reflect one person's need to claim his grace out loud. With the village's creation, that goal is accomplished. Whether the material has value is based entirely on each person's take. Those who see its merits then hopefully take the next step of becoming a village member. My words are strictly Grace's matchsticks. If something I have shared speaks to a fellow, I know that person will pass its value on. My confidence is based on principle. When our conscience smiles approvingly upon newfound grace, our next move is automatic. We share it. It should be noted these training lecture notes are strictly my personal takeaways. The thoughts I'm imparting here are neither defining nor heaven-sent. Another interpretation of Grace's keys may provide much greater insight. What is offered in these follow-up notes are the author's added reflections and no more. From there, each decides whether the words have value based on personal resonance.